Yeah, it's been a while. Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Andrews, aka the All-American Driver, and today we are back. Where have I been? I'll just tell you right now, these past couple months for work have been incredibly busy for me. I have been on tour with the band multiple times to Miami, Daytona, Savannah, Montgomery, Fort Worth, and my traveling is not done. And I'm in these places for like a week or more at a time. So I have really not been home the last 3 months or so. I've got a little bit more touring and then I'll be back. But I have a crazy thing that's happening today. I am taking delivery of a new car. So about a year ago, there was a sequence of events that led to me shuffling around some different cars. And obviously you guys can see I've got the Golf R, we've got the Alfa Romeo 4C back there. Love those cars, love both those cars. But there's just one car that I really miss. Now I have owned some pretty amazing cars in my life. I've had Dodge Viper, BMW M5 V10, I've had a Trans Am, the Tesla Model Y Performance, cool car, Honda S2000, GT350R, now we've got the Alfa Romeo 4C, the Golf R, had a ton of cool cars. I have never, I had the GT350 and then I upgraded to the GT350R, but besides that, I have never bought a car that I have previously owned before. But one of the cars I've had in my past, I just really can't stop thinking about. It was literally like the most fun car I've ever owned. So for about the past year, I've been hunting for this specific car. Now this has been a little bit tricky because these cars are sort of rare. When you find one, they're kind of beat up. I wanted a specific color, I wanted a specific interior, I wanted it to be relatively stock, I wanted it to have obviously all the body panels and everything like that. And I didn't want it to have too many miles, but on the flip side, I didn't want it to have too few miles because I do want to drive the car. So I finally found one, and it was in Kansas of all states. So this will be the first time I actually have not seen the car in person. I didn't do a pre-purchase inspection. That could come back on me. But this car checked all the boxes. It was at the price I wanted, and today the truck is coming to deliver it to my house. So while we're waiting on the truck, quick update. We still have the diesel Rubicon. Andrea is loving that thing, and that thing is in the perfect spec, hint hint. And then in the garage we've got the Golf R. I've really been enjoying this thing as a daily driver. I do have some parts for this car, kind of going for like an OEM plus track day capable car on this. And then obviously we have our little track weapon over here, the Alfa 4C, more or less built with GMS parts, and I actually think I have some more stuff to put on the car, but just waiting for some time in my schedule to get back on track in this car. And I know you guys are wondering, well, if you get another car, will it be able to fit in here? The answer is yes. Obviously I would need to move the Golf to get out, but the other car will actually fit right here. So by the end of today's video, we should have 3 cars in this garage. And then I'll tell you right now, I'm done because there's no more room in this garage. So I'm not buying another car for a while. All right, I think here it is. Oh, it's always funny here because my street isn't really that big. So it's funny to see these giant trucks kind of come in. But here we go. Massive truck. Whoops. That's right, we got another S2000. As soon as this thing gets off the truck, I'll show you guys around. I'll tell you all the kind of details and specs about it, but I'm just super pumped. This is exactly the car that I wanted. So of course, Grand Prix white with the tan leather interior. Oh, this thing is so nice. So nice. Look at this thing. Oh yeah. Wow. I am just incredibly happy here with this thing. Of course, it has to be an AP1, right? 9,000 RPMs. Let's see what's back here. We got a couple extra floor mats, and then something for the tonneau cover, I think. Actually, I have no idea what this piece is, but looks like there's some directions. Has to do with the top, I think. Interesting. VIN sticker. VIN sticker. Now, honestly, they told me it has 10 VINs, so VIN sticker. VIN sticker. It's a pretty good sign. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, should be 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, this thing has some questionable, can you guys see that? There's a sticker right here that says Sport. So obviously we've got a little bit of body work to do on this car. It's got these weird things, fine. And then for some reason they put the need to put this VTEC sticker right there. So that'll need to come off. Okay, let's see. Moment of truth, actually. You know, I will say if there were any VIN stickers that were going to be missing, it would be some of the ones in the front. Okay, so hood, VIN sticker. Oh yes. Front bumper, VIN sticker, VIN sticker, VIN sticker. You guys can see, really clean engine. We do have an aftermarket intake, which I don't care that much about. I'm sure that, you know, this is the AEM V2. It's got that little resonator thing down there. I'm sure it's actually going to sound pretty good. Actually, I think this is like the most rated sound intake for all the S2000s. Like on the forums, a lot of people say like this one sounds the best. Cool. On my last one, I did the LHT Airbox mod, which kind of sounded pretty good, but I have a feeling this will sound even better. And it really does clean up the look of this mid-engine, front mid-engine car. Okay, so let's make sure that the top works. You guys can see it's in really good shape. Overall, this car is actually really, really clean. Now, from my understanding, this was owned by an older gentleman who owned it, I think, this one since 2008. So like, I don't know, 16 years or so, maybe a little bit less than that. And he ended up selling this car because he was having trouble getting in and out of it. And I believe it, because if you look at these seats, like, they are just in fantastic condition. A lot of times this will be like this side will be like all crushed in and stuff, but this actually is in really good shape. And the type of person that would put these door guards on is somebody who really is going to take good care of their car. I would never put that on for cosmetic reasons. However, but you know, this car is just in great shape. It's got the rear glass. So this is a 2003. This is the final year AP1, and this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted an 03 AP1 Grand Prix white. I wanted the tan leather, and I wanted it to kind of have like medium amount of miles. You know, I didn't want an ultra low mile car, you know, like 10,000 miles, 15,000 miles, because I want to drive the car. At the same time, I didn't want like too many miles, like 150,000 miles or something. You know, I wanted something just kind of like right in the sweet spot. This is definitely considered like a low mile car for sure, but you know, the fact that it doesn't have too many or too less, it's like perfect. 60K on this car is perfect for me. And the fact that it has all 10 VINs, I mean, this car is incredible. This car is incredible. Okay, let's take a look at the top here, see if that top works. Perfect. It's absolutely perfect. So really soon we'll take this car over to Jason's, we'll put it up on the lift. He's kind of an S2000 expert. We'll go through it basically with a fine-tooth comb and just make sure it has a full like seal of approval, but this car is mint. You guys remember when I got the Alfa Romeo 4C, we took it over to my buddy Jeff Ashton, who kind of did a paint correction on it and also did a ceramic coating. I think we probably need to visit him to get some of these like stickers off, this residue off, and really just get the paint in a position where it's like, it's just good to go. Man, I cannot wait to get this car next to the Alfa Romeo 4C. That has been pretty much like a dream of mine. I mean, these are two of some of the most ultimate driving cars you guys can imagine here. When these cars are together, it's gonna be like complete driving perfection. Honestly, it's gonna be awesome. What did I tell you guys? This is literally a driver's dream garage. Okay, so I definitely have to figure out a way to exactly stack these things in here, but you guys can see all three cars in the garage, nice and safe. Yeah, I know one of them isn't like the others, but the Golf actually is a really fun car for a daily. Maybe it's the wrong color. But yeah, really couldn't be happier. This S2000 really is my dream spec S2000. It's not perfect, but it's really, really good, really clean. And I'll show you guys everything in the next video. We'll also take it for like a legitimate drive because I haven't really driven it. And wow, the Alpha back there looking awesome. This is just incredible, guys, really. I have missed owning a Honda S2000 since I sold my other one, and actually I've got a little bit of an update on that car for you. I will talk about that a little bit in the next video, but that car, let's just say I think it's a wide body now and it's about to go in for paint. So once that car comes out of the body shop, I will go and check it out because that car really was dialed in from like a handling standpoint and also just like a drivability, trackability focused build. Like that thing was dialed in, and I actually would like to drive that, especially compared to this one now that I have a completely stock one again to compare it to. And I will say that this car, just driving it a little bit, all I've done is really drive it around the block and it feels tight. Like the suspension feels tight, the transmission feels tight, everything feels like really, really good on this car. It feels really good. Oh yeah, and this tan interior. So you guys know I have red in the Alfa Romeo 4C, and while I really do like the red leather in that car, it's a little bit weird because like I'm finding myself in a situation where, say I wanted to wrap the Alfa Romeo, I don't, but if I did, I would have a hard time finding a color that actually complemented the red seats. You know, like I couldn't wrap the car yellow or blue or teal or pink or anything like that. I really couldn't do it because of the red seats. It was just looked really, really bad. But with this, if I did want to wrap it, I'm not saying I do, but if I did, I could pretty much pick any color and the tan would go with it. Now, obviously black would go with it also, but you know, if I wanted to complement the tan, I could do that. I can't really do that with the red seats. I mean, what, I could go a really dark color like black. I could go red. I guess that might be a little too much red. I really can't go any, I really can't wrap that car with those seats in it. So that's pretty much it. You guys saw the car the first time I saw it. Really cool. I definitely want to take it out for like a real rip. You know, I drove it around the block fine. I don't have the car insured yet, and the car's not registered yet. Although I do have the paperwork. I paid cash for the car. Yeah, I need to get the paperwork in order before I can really start mobbing around and really driving it. You guys will be there when we go for the first drive in this car, for sure. You guys will be there. So I know I've been away from YouTube for just like a little bit. However, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, very, very busy with work. But I've just got one more tour to get through. Going down to Miami for Fleet Week Miami. I'll be there in early May, actually. If any of you guys are down there and want to meet up or come see me or whatever, I'd love to see you guys. And then we will be back to our regular content. We got to get the Golf R dialed in. Obviously got to get the Honda S2000 dialed in. The Alfa Romeo is ready for the track. I mean, we've done a bunch of modifications to it. It is ready to go sub 120s at the firm for sure. For sure. And I'm tired of just screwing around with it, right? I've got to get down there. I've got to run it faster than a 120 because it's been like eating away at me. You know, I think about it. I'm like, I could have went faster on that last lap. I could have went faster, blah, blah, blah. No excuses. We're going 119s, right? We're going to match the time that we had in our Shelby GT350R. We're going to call it a day. You know, we're definitely going to get there. And then we can start focusing on some other things, some other modifications, more content. Thank you guys so much for watching. Jason Andrews, the All-American Driver. I will see you guys in the next episode.